listeners and viewers. Welcome to Kaduna State Ministry of Education Radio and TV e-learning program designed for our SS3 and other students staying at home due to the coronavirus pandemic. The present administration, under the able leadership of His Excellency, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, is positioned, as always, to ensure that under his leadership, our students are not left behind in all areas of human endeavors, especially education. Kaduna State is the center of learning. Therefore, we want to ensure that our students excel in their forthcoming examinations and beyond. Students and other learners at home are given this opportunity in order to continue learning, as education is a continuous process. Different subjects will be taught in this program to assist students to perform excellently in the forthcoming Senior School Certificate examination being conducted by NECO and WAEC as soon as schools reopen. Teachers making presentations will always provide their names and phone numbers during each presentation, and they can be contacted for questions, further explanations, and/or clarifications. The following numbers and contacts can also be reached for expression of any concern or observation: 090-865-00545 or 080-383-62072. Our website is www.education.kdsg.gov.ng. Our email, education@kdsg.gov.ng or education.kdsg@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Our Twitter handle, @Kaduna_MOE. Or our Facebook page, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Stay safe, stay at home, and learn well. Thank you, happy listening, and happy viewing.
Hello, learners at home. Welcome to another segment of learning. I am Mrs. Chinyo, and I will be taking government. Our topic today is electoral system. I come again. Our topic today is electoral system. The lesson will be presented under the following headings. A. Definition of electoral system. B. Functions of electoral system. C. Features of electoral system. D. Types of electoral system. Definition now. An electoral system can be defined as a way in which candidates are elected into various political offices by the electorates. Now, the whole concept of electoral system has to do with how our representatives are elected by citizens, which I told you in the last lesson are referred to as the electorate. What are the functions performed by electoral system? Basically, we have two functions. I am not saying those are the only functions that they perform. One of the functions performed by electoral system is it states the conditions and processes involved in the nomination of candidates. They have rules. They will clearly tell political parties, these are the conditions. Who qualifies to stand for election? What steps? That is the next function. The procedures. The steps to be involved before an election. They will also bring guidelines about the election. Whatever you see the electoral officers do during election is under the functions already stated by the electoral system and the electoral officers. They give the conditions. They also lay out the rules that must be followed in an election in order to provide sanity. In Nigeria, for example, the electoral system is under the management of an independent electoral body. Government decided that if there will be free and fair election, then a body that is not necessarily interfered by government policies or decisions is set up so that they can manage all the electoral affairs of the country. And the present independent electoral body we have in Nigeria we call INEC. You will see it later. Now let us look at the features of an electoral system. Features, that is the characteristics of an electoral system. 1, there is an independent body. This independent body is usually in charge of the conduct of elections in the country. For example, during the conduct of the 1979 to 1983 election, the independent body set up to manage that election was known as Federal Electoral Commission, abbreviated as FEDECO. In 1983, even though that election was annulled, however, a body was set up to manage its activity, and it was called National Electoral Commission, NEC in abbreviation. In 1999 till date, the independent body responsible for the conduct of elections in Nigeria is known as Independent National Electoral Commission, popularly known as INEC. Feature number 2, periodic elections. What do we mean by periodic elections? It means that elections are conducted within a specified period. Elections are not conducted at will or randomly or when politicians just feel like they will say conduct election. No. The electoral system has a timetable. In Nigeria, for example, major elections into the offices of president, governors, national and state assemblies are conducted after every 4 years. That is to show you there's a frame, a time frame set for the conduct of election. Another feature is the presence of constituencies. Now, the country is delineated or divided into electoral constituencies or electoral blocks or regions or units, so that every block or group or unit will have fair representation. Smaller minority groups will be able to stand and conduct and contest for election. That is the essence of dividing the electoral group into various constituencies or smaller units. The fourth feature is universal adult suffrage is adopted. If you look at the electoral system of Nigeria today, one of its prominent features is that every qualified adult, whether you are a man or a woman, as long as you are qualified in the sense that you are sane, no criminal record is against you, you are what? You will be free to contest or vote in an election. Number 5, fair representation. The electoral system ensures that the various interest groups in the country are represented in the legislature, states, or at the national level. Every group is allowed to be represented. Like I was explaining to you when I was talking about the constituencies, I said the breaking of the electoral block into smaller units is to allow groups or people that ordinarily cannot survive in a competition in the entire country. But when the country is divided or shared into smaller political units, they will be able to contest for election. Now it gives them fair representation. They are able to be represented. They will be able to have people in the House of Reps, in the Senate, and if it is at the state level, local governments will have representatives at their various state houses of assembly. That is one of the features of electoral system. There is periodic review and display of voters' register. The essence is to provide people that have come of age to be able to register for the election. While those that have phased out, probably they have died or relocated, will have their names removed from the register. That is a feature, and that is done periodically before every election. The electoral body ensures that they display voters' register. If you don't see your name or there's a change in your residential address, you verify and rectify that. There is an independent judiciary to handle election petitions by aggrieved candidates. Usually after the results of an election is released, you will find some politicians that don't accept the verdict of that election. They will want to contest the verdict. Because of that, an independent judiciary is set to handle such cases. If you are not happy with the result of an election, you go to them and they look at your case and treat it accordingly. The next is public counting of votes and prompt announcement of results. It is expected in any electoral system that immediately after casting of votes, results are counted there and then results announce. This is one of the features, so that everybody will know what is happening within his polling units. It helps parties to be aggrieved or to disregard or disagree with the results of the election. Number 9 is the use of open secret ballots at voting or polling units. This practice is intended to give voters secrecy while they are casting their votes. Number 10, political education of citizens. It is a very important feature of electoral system, whereby citizens of the country are educated about their political rights and obligation. As a citizen, you are free to go and vote and be voted for. Or, as a citizen, it is your duty to go out and vote, cast your vote if you qualify during election. Types of electoral system. We are going to discuss 2 types of electoral system. 1, simple majority. As the name implies, this is an electoral system whereby candidates who recorded the highest votes casted in an election is considered and declared winner of the election, regardless of the margin of difference between him and the first runner-up. Even if the difference is just 1 or 2 marks, such a candidate is declared the winner. Now, you can see an example of simple majority electoral system on the board. The winner in this election is Shehu of UPN. Shehu scored 20,000 votes, while the first runner-up scored 19,900 votes. Now, if you look at the margin here, it is insignificant. The margin is not too high. Yet, Shehu will be declared under this system as the winner of that election. Absolute majority. This is a practice whereby candidate who scored more votes than the other contestants put together. In this case, Samuel of CPP, who scored 30,900 votes, is declared winner, because if you put the scores of Ahmed, Shehu, and Daniel together, he still won more than them. In that case, he is declared winner of that election. Learners, before I take my leave, I will leave you with assignments to keep you busy. I will leave you with the following assignments to keep you busy pending when we meet in the next class. 1, define electoral system. 2, list 5 features of electoral system. 3, state 2 types of electoral system. I repeat, assignment number 1, define electoral system. 2, list 5 features of electoral system. 3, state 2 types of electoral system. When you finish the assignment, send it to my WhatsApp or email number only. WhatsApp or email only. No SMS, please. 0805 870 6029. I take it again. 0805 870 6029. The email address is julianachinyo@gmail.com. julianachinyo@gmail.com. Coronavirus is real. Stay at home and stay safe till I see you in the next class. Thank you.